For those not familiar with Caleb Quaye, he played on 7 Elton John albums, including his very first Empty Sky in 1969. Some of the highlights, the self-titled album in 1970, Tumbleweed Connection the same year, and then Madman Across the Water in 1971. He came back in 75 to join a new Elton John band for Rock of the Westies and Blue Moves. He's appeared on albums by Jennifer Holliday, Bernie Taupin, Elton John's songwriting partner, Beach Boys' Bruce Johnston, Brenda Russell, Keb Mo, Lou Reed, Dusty Springfield, Daryl Hall and John Oates, including Daryl Hall's solo albums, Liza Minnelli, Joan Baez, Harry Nilsson, Yvonne Elliman, and many more. He's one heck of a guitarist.
Nilsson Schmilsson, Coconut. Richard Perry, anyone who's worked with Richard, they always say, okay, another slice of tape, another slice. And how could he, like they said, he had a photographic memory. And I've talked to David Henschel, who'd worked with him a lot. And David said, it was just, he says, I don't understand that brain. What was that experience like? And even Harry's, was on another planet.
Oh man! Well, all I remember was it was basically a nightmare. It was. We went into. Well, here's the classic story. So, Lime in the Coconut, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we recorded that. I was in the studio with Roger. We went into Trident Studios. The song has only got one chord in it, C7. That's the whole thing, Dong jiggy, dong jiggy, dong jiggy. So I'm playing that thing on the acoustic guitar, and the control room is upstairs. The control room is upstairs. You look up and see the control room upstairs and look through a window. So we're downstairs actually in the studio. So you had to come down these stairs, and it was kind of like, what's that movie, Psycho? Do you remember the Psycho movie?
Yeah,
the grandma comes running down and the door opens, Well, Richard and Harry, on this particular occasion, had both been doing cocaine and LSD. They were out. They were just on another planet, And Roger and I, we were getting paid triple scale, which was wonderful, And so we're doing this song, trying to do this Lime in the Coconut. Harry Nilsson's got a bag of cocaine in his pocket. Talk about another splice on the tape. He's doing a vocal track, and it's like after every other word, he's got to take a sniff, It was crazy. It was crazy. You put the lime in the coconut, it's sharing it all about. You put the lime in this went on. Well, to cut a long story short, we went in the studio at I think it was 8:00 in the evening, and we didn't get out of there till 2:30 the next afternoon. It's 16 hours or something crazy, And there was one point, we're playing this song, and Richard gets a flash of inspiration, and he runs down the steps, and I can hear his big feet coming down and says, boom, boom, boom. I think, oh, what's this? The door bursts open, and he runs over to the piano, and he starts playing. He says, it needs to go like this. And he starts playing a song by The Who called Can't Explain.
Right.
On the piano. Dun, da, da, ding, da, da. And I'm sitting there with the acoustic guitar going, dong, dingy, ongy, dingy, ongy. You put the lime in the coconut. And he's playing it in E flat. So it's like the universe is apart, And I'm going, no, Richard, I think it goes like this. And then he runs back upstairs. And I forget who the engineer was. It could have been Dave Henschel.
I looked it up. I don't think it was. Can I just give you the? It's important here. Let me just get.
Sure.
Let me just look it up. I just looked it up. Hold on, because this is interesting. You might remember his name. I don't usually do this in interviews, but why not? This is
history going down here, folks.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Hold on. Let me. Oh, here it is. Okay. So it says Robin Jeffrey Cable.
Oh, okay.
Richie Schmidt.
Okay.
And Phil Brown, and that's it. I thought David Henschel was on that, but I looked and I went, I thought he had told me he was on that, but it doesn't say.
Who knows? So it could have been Robin. It could have been Robin because it was Trident Studios. So I look up into the control room, and all I see is this classic pose of the engineer with his head in his hands, like this.
Oh my God!
And then I look over at Roger because I'm about ready to just like call it a day. And I look over at Roger in the drum booth, and he's mouthing to me, he's going, triple scale. Hey. So, okay, I got it. Yeah, don't blow it now. Triple scale.
Was that the craziest session you've ever had?
The craziest by far.
Really?
Absolutely.
Want to tell you that Caleb Quay's book is now re-released, A Voice Louder Than Rock and Roll, about his stints with so many different musicians, most notably, of course, Elton John. We'll have more of our interview with Caleb Quay the next few days. Make sure you comment on our videos, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. And remember the 2 Ps if you want to support our channel. We have Patreon, where you get early access to all our videos. And if you want to make a donation, there's a PayPal link at the very top of the description. This is Rock History Music.